What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we're continuing with our Mars through Science series, and we'll be talking about Mars in Virgo. As you know, Mars is our soldier, our willpower, represents the things that we're passionate about. It's our energy, and of course, we take our energy and put them towards the things we're passionate about. All right? Virgo. Virgo is the sign of service. Virgo represents the organization, the organization and practical approach to life. All right, and understanding things from a practical approach through analyzing the facts. All right, so Mars in Virgo, which is an Earth sign, is very stable here and very efficient. Yes, these people pay great attention in detail to whatever area of life in which this Mars and Virgo is. So if it's in the ascendant, this person will be known as a very efficient person, someone who gets things done, has a great eye for detail, probably very neat as well. All right? So a Mars in the fourth house would be a neat freak. Their home setting would be very much nice and organized, and that would be where they get a majority of their work done. Okay, so you that can represent someone who may run their own business, because I look at this Mars as being very self-sufficient. Okay, these people want to know. They want to know about and find, that balance in whatever area of life this is in. So the best houses for this Mars are houses 2, 6, 10, of course, and 11. And, you know, this Mars, it can be, a little bit uh too analytical. All right. So I like to say this Mars is an asshole. And they're an asshole because, you know, uh Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is our intellect. And, you know, it's going to with Mercury ruling Mars, it represents someone who likes to get their point across. All right. And they may do it in a very sarcastic and sophisticated way. All right. So they're intelligent. They're intelligent assholes. And whatever a Virgo, especially a Mars in Virgo, steps upon to be a part of, they want to be a perfectionist at it. So it can be very efficient, but then again, it can, if not supported by fire, it can lack, the initiative to get things done. And with Virgo, being a very health conscious sign, aspects, really show us how to integrate, how to be of service with this Mars, and also it can show us about our health situation. All right, so if Mars is afflicted, and especially with Mars itself being a natural malefic, if it's afflicted, it can represent a lot of health problems for the person, um, especially like in the intestinal area, digestion, things like that. This acid reflux, stuff like that. So, and as a lesson, it can be forcing the person to to be more to be more health conscious. All right, like say Mars is conjunct Jupiter or something like that, and the person just has a big appetite for things. It can be forcing them to, okay, now you have to pay attention and care about your health. It can also represent someone who is all about, like holistic healing and things of that nature. Or on the opposite side, it can be someone who, one, gets into like the medical field, like as far as maybe surgery or even pharmaceuticals, or what I've seen, in certain positions, and someone who gets into drug use, like through prescription pills, even like a professional. All right, someone who's working around it, and then they get into something and get addicted to it. All right, always keep in mind that at the same time, Mars is a malefic, so it has these tendencies to work against us sometimes. Another thing I wanted to say about this position is that the great eye for detail can go towards things like very technical jobs, like say Mercury is conjunct Mars. Um, can represent someone who's a scientist, a mathematician, an accountant. All right, those certain technical engineer, like technical aspects, come easy to this Mars, and that's why I want you to pay attention to Mars within elements. All right, you'll see, because next time we cover Mars in the Earth sign, it'll be its exalted position. All right. Um, I happen to know I happen to know someone, and this is a great segue into showing how why oppositions are cool, because you want to be you can really find a balance and a balance between an opposition. I happen to know someone who has an with Mars and Virgo, right? Who has an opposition with Venus, and this person has taken interest of theirs, right? Which I believe to be an interest of a lot of Mars and Virgos, which is sex, and used it as a full service. So this person is a therapist, a sex therapist, and the cool thing is because with Mars representing service, and Mars is in her 12th house, and the 12th house relates to things behind the scene. All right, so her profession is somewhere people come to her in quiet, closed space, right? Confide in her, and 12th house also relates to sex. All right, and but really the spiritual aspect of it, and it's cool with Venus being our creativity, being in her 6th house of service, right? The match, she's used the 12th house passion of hers to infiltrate into a actual 6th house service. So this Mars has great potential to once ground its energy and really, like I said in the beginning, become efficient. And so, like I say, I say that to say this: oppositions are cool, all right, and uh, they should be looked upon, like as a challenge, but a great challenge, an empowering challenge, and also people with Mars and Virgo are like technicians, all right? Especially when placed in the correct houses. Because Virgo, like I said, wants to dissect and understand things. So what I've noticed is that, these people, um, they take pride in knowing the technical aspects and also using that other side of the axis in Pisces to enhance their sexuality. Lastly, if you've never seen The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington, check it out. I think Mars and Virgo is representing very well as the Pisces Virgo axis. And if you haven't seen it, Denzel Washington is a paraplegic detective who uses a practical and intuitive approach to solving his cases. And like I said, he's paraplegic. He's lost his ability to walk. Health, Virgo. All right, so check it out. Check it out with your eyes open. All right, guys, this is my episode of Mars and Virgo. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. Until next time, peace.